Good day everyone, Behrus here, worker with Toronto Real Estate Board. This is a long video about comparables. And the reason that's long is that I have to explain to you how the comparables work in the resale sector of the real estate market. And then I have to come to what you see behind me, which is new condos that are being built in that land right behind me, and the condos for assignment that you can see it's not even finished. I am at the corner of Warden and Highway 7 here, and this spot is the perfect spot for me to show you different phases of development of a new residence, whether it's a condo, which in this video the typical thing is talking about the condos, and because the focus is how important is, even in the pre-construction sector, how important is factoring in the value of the comparables. Now, as I explained to you in the short video before, the precedent is of utmost importance when you're talking about the real estate. What you're seeing on the right behind me is the almost finished product, and finished product and almost finished product. The white one is a finished product, and the gray one behind me is a close to finished product. The precedent in having prices. First thing, let's start with sellers. If you price your property off, you're gonna stay on the market for a while. So when you are staying on the market for a while, not only the chances of you selling your property is getting lower and lower, and it's gonna get slim, but also you're contributing to the number of properties that's gonna stay on the market, and that's gonna again work in your detriment, work in the detriment of the chances of selling your property. On this side, the sellers, whether they are builders or they are resellers like me and you, where we are selling our properties, they have to be aware they cannot price it the way that they like. However, for the builders, and also if you are talking to a professional realtors, they can guide you on how you can sell anything at any price that you want it, right? But you have to pay the cost of that. Coming back to the builders can also add features to their prices. So instead of doing a strip pricing, which is just a bare condo with the kitchen and appliances in, and they're just giving you a key, they can add services to it. 1, 2 year, 5 years maintenance for free, or throwing in a parking spot for free for you, a locker spot for free. These are methods of pricing that we as realtors used to do before this heat in the market, and now that the market is slowing, people are coming back to these routes, that the builders are perfectly well-tuned, well-versed in doing that for a long time. Now, that's for the seller side. I talk about the builders, how they can add to any price, where at the time of making this video, we have a new construction in downtown Toronto at an average of $2,000 per square foot of the prices of the condos that they're selling. Pre-construction, that's going to be delivered in next 4 or 5 years. Now, that's for the builders, and also for home sellers like me and you. I spoke about how you can have a precedent, or you're going to stay on the market and you're going to work to your detriment if you are not pricing it right. If you're working with somebody who's always saying yes, the price that you wanted, I can sell it for you, you are working to your detriment, and you're not going to sell that property, and you're also going to contribute to the more slowing down in the market and more price depreciation in the market by staying on the market that's going to in a slower phase. Now for the buyers. Again, starting from the condo over here, for the buyers, we have different approach of making sense of the numbers. If somebody is listing a property or a developer is putting a property on the market, there has to be a sense to it. Even though they are trying to communicate the features that I explained to you, to us, I mean the builders trying to communicate those features, and for those features they are asking for the same price. It's not true. Even the sold out project at the 50% sold out project can get cancellation because they cannot fulfill the rest of the 50% or the percentage that they need to secure financing. So if you and I, as buyers and buyers realtors, working together to understand this valuation, to make sense of all of these, not only we do good to ourselves, we do financially educated going into deals like this, but also we are going to contribute to something that's, whether a cancellation is almost a good thing for you as buyers, because you show to the builder by not buying and saying that this is not the well justified price, whether the conditions have changed or the condition hasn't even changed, and to begin with you had it as off price and it's not justified. You show it to them that it's not worth it. Now, coming back to the time that you're purchasing a pre-construction, you're passing that stage. You're passing that stage because either the rent makes sense based on the average rent of the neighborhood, and in the neighborhood you have to compare if there's a new neighborhood like Vaughan right now, when they are building massive projects in the middle of the places that mostly around it are houses. They're building massive projects, or whether here in Markham. A couple of years ago we didn't have so many condos here, but they sprung up and they came into existence. Now you can compare the rent in those. First thing is you can compare the rent in those and justify the value of investments. What would be your rate of return for the sake of better understanding, or cap rate for the sake of investors in the field? Second thing is to look at the prices. If they are asking a premium, outrageous premiums in comparison to the resale properties, you have to ask yourself how much development is going to come, how much work is going to come to this town to make sure that the investment is worth it. And lastly, when you're coming to the half-finished condominiums where you are buying them as assignments, the same thing is true, but you have to also look at the precedent before, the same thing as you are doing with the developer that I explained to you, and also the resale one. Also for the resale, for the assignment one, half finished ones, like over here, if I can show it properly, over here, for those you have to consider that the land that's between these two condos is gonna be developed. Now, how much is worth for you to buy these that are finished in 4 years in comparison to the assignment that's going to be finished in 8 months, 2 months, or even it's finished and you have to move into? So you know how much difficulty a realtor has understand, perceive, and translate that knowledge to you in a simple words before you come into a deal and buy something. I'm not talking about, I have to say that in parentheses, in the last minute of this video, I'm not talking about emotional buying or saying that this is a premium land and I want to be close to here, I want to be close to the hospital. That's an emotional factor. Or in the case of a resale condos, having a piece of, let's say, a fireplace where nobody else has a fireplace in the condos, is something that you really like, or facing south, or facing to the lake, facing to the greenery is something that you really like, and you emotionally decide to pay higher than anybody else. In that case, there is no one to justify that. It's only you who's justifying that, and you enjoyment of you in that unit is something that's justified. Hope I explained these three sectors to you carefully, that you understand how we work as professional realtors in our team. When somebody is coming in, we go through all of this education, we go through deals with them, they shadow us. So everybody in our team is well versed in understanding these terms and also knowing how to make sense of these numbers for you as simple as possible. At the end of the day, working with somebody that you feel comfortable, that they are in control of things, is our goal. See you on the next video.